everybody, it is your girl Jessica with Cooking with a Twist 99. Today I am making spaghetti and meatballs for my family tonight for Sunday dinner. So let's jump right into it and get to the recipe for the meatballs. So you're going to get 2 pounds of ground meat, whether it's regular ground beef, lean, turkey, chicken, whatever your heart desires and what your family likes. So you're only going to change a little bit up if you're using the turkey mixture or the chicken mixture. I will leave that recipe at the end of this video for you so you have the right measurements to make your yummy Italian meatballs. So let's jump right into it, guys. I got the ground beef, I got 2 pounds, and then I got a pound of sweet ground sausage also. So to this, we are going to add a half a cup of breadcrumbs. I'm looking at my cookbook, guys, because this is an old family recipe, so I want to make sure that I get it right. All right, we got that. Next, we are going to add a cup of Parmesan cheese. That goes in. Next, we are going to add a tablespoon of parsley. And I forgot to take the seasonings off. The little cap comes on. I try to prep before I go do videos, guys. So I am adding 1 tablespoon of parsley. I am adding a tablespoon of basil. Looks like it took off. Sorry, guys. Adding a tablespoon of the basil. We are going to be adding a tablespoon of rosemary. I just love rosemary, guys. The smell of rosemary is so heavenly. Oh, I just love that smell. Alright, next we are going to add some pepper. We are only going to use 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. We are going to add in a half teaspoon of salt. Now for the ones that have high cholesterol, you can opt out the salt in this. You don't need to add salt if you don't want to. So just a little heads up on the salt content of this, so that way you can adjust. We are going to add a tablespoon of minced garlic. And I'm going to do 2 because my family loves garlic. So you can add more seasoning than I'm doing, but this is what I add to my meatballs. Next, you're going to get some dry minced onion. You can find this anywhere in the grocery stores. Just beats you from having to cut up onions to put them in. I'm going to do 1 more. So 2 total. Next, we are going to add 1 cracked egg. Here we go. Let me get this stuff moved out of my way. Next, guys, is going to be the fun part, and that's getting our hands dirty. Now, you can have your kids do this part if you will want. Make sure their hands are clean. And then we're just going to go in, guys, and we're going to mix this all up till it's just nicely and combined together. Woo, my meat is still cold, so my hands are getting cold. Hope everyone is having a good weekend and having a relaxing Sunday before headed back to work and kids starting school and all that fun stuff. Alright guys, I'm going to go wash my hands and I will be right back. Alright guys, next is going to be time to roll our meatballs, is what I use. I use a cookie scooper. I use the 1 tablespoon worth. This makes your meatballs even every time. Once you scoop out your meatballs, you are going to place them onto your baking sheet with foil down. We're just going to scoop and put on, and then we're going to roll them and then bake them. So I'm going to get the rest of these done, guys, and then I'll be right back to start the rolling. Alright guys, I got my meatballs all onto the pans. I got 24 meatballs total. You're going to set your oven on 375, and you're only going to cook these for 30 minutes, and then they're going to go into the slow cooker with the spaghetti sauce. So this is the part that your kids can do with you. You're going to take your meatballs and you're just going to roll them in your hand, just like so. Don't need to put a bunch of pressure on them. I'm going to do the first pan with you guys, and then I'm going to get these babies finished rolled up and then put into the oven to bake. And the reason why we're only going 30 minutes in the oven, guys, is because they're going to cook the rest of the way in the crock pot. You don't want them overly done because they will be tough. So I only go a little bit in the oven for 30 minutes on a low temperature, just to get the outside nice and cooked and a little bit of the inside cooked. And then they're going to finish cooking in the crock pot. Right, I'm almost done with my first pan. I hope you guys give this recipe a try. And if you do, let me know how your family enjoyed them. This is a family recipe with the meatballs. This recipe has been in my family for a very long time. It's been around since I was a little kid. So I am 44 years old now. So it's been in the family for a very long time. I just love when kids can get involved and help out in the kitchen. It teaches them so many different types of skills. And the sooner you can teach them, the better for you, because they can start helping you. Especially if you're having a down day or whatever. They can help you out in the kitchen. So that way they pitch in. They understand what goes into making dinner for the family. Alright guys, I'm going to get the rest of these rolled up and put them into the oven. Once they're done cooking in the oven, I'll be right back. Hey guys, okay, so the meatballs are done, and is what we're going to do is that you're going to take tongs, you're going to get your meatball off the pan, and you're just going to pat them around with a paper towel to get all the excess grease off of them. I don't have a lot of grease at all, so I don't have to do all the way around. I'm just doing the bottoms. If yours end up having a lot of grease, make sure to pat them all the way around so that grease doesn't end up in your sauce, because you don't want greasy sauce. I know I don't. But if you want greasy sauce, hey, by all means. It's your meal. It's the way that you want to do it. So that's all up to you. Got my first pan done. Moving on to my second pan. These just came out, guys, so my pan is still really hot. Like I said, we got about 24 meatballs here total. And then next we are going to add our tomato sauce, and we're going to put this on our slow cooker base. We're going to set it on low, and it's going to cook for 6 hours. You can make the meatballs ahead of time, so that way the next day the only thing you got to do is throw everything into your slow cooker and set it and forget it and go on about your day. So I am using Classico. I love this brand of tomato sauce because it's less acidy, and it's really good sauce, especially for spaghetti and meatballs. I got 2 jars of the sweet basil, and then I have 2 jars of the Italian sausage, onions, and peppers. That gives the sauce a little bit of meat to it, because I'm not adding ground beef because we have the meatballs going in. But if you want to add meat to your sauce, go right ahead. That's all up to you. We're going to give this a nice stir. We are going to place this onto our base, our slow cooker base. Sucker's heavy. And we're going to put this on low. We're going to set it and forget it. If you are home, okay, if you do this when you go to work and it's ready for you when you get home, make sure to give it a nice stir, get all the edges around. You can also use a slow cooker liner for easy cleanup, so that's a little tip there. Once this is done, I will be right back to show you the finishing product. Alright guys, so it is done, so I'm going to give it a try. It came out so good, so awesome. The meatballs are so tender. I hope you guys give this a try. Let me know if you do, and let me know if your family liked it or not. Have a great rest of your weekend, and I will see you guys on the next one.